a script that we run. I think I might have it on Figma because that might be a little bit easier to kind of show everything here. I like Figma.
And Run also ran away, but
Yeah,
they kept the usability, right? You can still use it, but they're not going to maintain it.
because they were looking for someone, I think, buy them or something or invest in them. So these are the older art styles of the cats. This is something I didn't post on Twitter or anything yet, but you can see like the different variations of the styles of their ears and then the patterns. We are using a program it's called Image Magic, and it will color it in.
Good day, world. Welcome to Be in the Moment. Today, we are with the brilliant and industrious Rae. She is a developer of several apps built on the original Bitcoin protocol, BSV blockchain. And she's also an artist and a thoughtful person that inspires everyone to be better. So, Rae, welcome to Be in the Moment.
Thank you. I was really excited about to be here.
Remember to subscribe to Rory Zimmerman, Be in the Moment on YouTube, and hit the like button as well. Okay? Click, click, click. Oh, such fun. Let's see. I'll start to be a tarot reader or an Archangel Michael reader while we're waiting. Yes. Explore your options.
That's what I'm doing. Oh, okay, it's working, I think.
Yay! Okay, what is that?
All right, so that's my desktop. It's showing.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Can you? I can tell if I can see it. Okay, there it is. All right. So this is like the redesigned cat. Ignore the coloring because the color is going to be different. This is just a sample. And so what we have, let me open up some more stuff. So we have like a ton of layers is how all this stuff works. Let me open up this other one. So I think this is the older, so we had them redone. The artist, she's like, I don't like how it looks. No, this is the same one as the line art. So we had the line art redone. I like how this stuff looks compared to the other one, even though I like the older art. And all this is just shading to kind of show like this is where the face is. So like here's the tail, and what happens is, let me see if I can find the script for it, because we have a script that we run. I think I might have it on Figma because that might be a little bit easier to kind of show everything here. I like Figma.
And Run also ran away, but they kept the usability, right? You can still use it, but they're not going to maintain it.
Because they were looking for someone, I think, buy them or something or invest in them. So these are the older art styles of the cats. This is something I didn't post on Twitter or anything yet, but you can see like the different variations of the styles of their ears and then the patterns. We are using a program it's called Image Magic, and it will color it in. Trying to think if I can find it quick. I will try to show a transaction on what's on chain.
Oh, thank you.
And kind of explain the operators and the JSON code. So let me grab a link and hopefully it's the right one.
Perfect.
So this one I'm going to show is the very first parent, and it's a boy.
The granddaddy.
So over here, there's 3 outputs. The very first one is the op return. The op return has all of your stuff that's embedded in there for code. So like if you look at other people's NFTs, like Twitch's NFTs, it's going to be in here, and that's all the information on the cat. So you can see down here it talks about, it has spots, which is, it's going to be like the body that's over here. This might take a while to load, but so what it is talking about like what kind of body does this cat have.
Mm-hmm.
And the eye color, we're working on that part. Up here is one of the special things we're doing. You see how it's like a URL, mollymatch.com/render. That's actually going to be, it's going to be replaced with the actual image. So the image itself is not going to be on chain, because we're going to alter them later, and they'll still be, they're all, the transaction itself is on chain on how it was born. But the image, like we decided to not put it on chain because we want to, we have to change them for the game that we're working on. People can use our code, the JSON chain part, which is this protocol, to put their own stuff in there. Like they could run this script and input a PDF if they wanted to. They do have the option to throw it on chain if they wanted. So this would be empty. And it's a Python script that will be ran to, create these NFTs. Or say you want to make an NFT that's a PDF of a book, you can use our script, and we're going to release that open source for free.
Wow.
And they can, like say they want to, they don't like something in the code or they want to improve it, they can do that because it's going to be on GitHub, and they can, add on to the code and do whatever they want. So this one is, let me double check my notes. This is a parent, a Genesis parent. So this cat is not related to anybody. This is like I don't know what you'd call it, like the very first, almost like a god.
Right.
Like it's created. And then these 2 are, I believe one of these are the wallets. So you see how it says 1E-A, that's it's a like I forget it, it's like a certain amount is what it means, like it's very small.
Okay.
I believe that's what that is, or it means I have to go through my notes because it's been forever. But over here is the money going back to our wallet called, we call it the Molly Fund bucket. And so every cat has its own wallet because we need access to the private keys. So, like we do have it where people can have, I believe we want them to have access to that later. Like if you want to leave your cat away from, to be in your own thing. But right now, they are like, it's weird. Like we have them in their own wallet so that they can breed. And so let me see if I have a kid in here that I might go to show off.
Helper. Yeah.
Let's see. We use Discord a lot. That's how we keep all of our notes. And it's a
I
so much
like
stuff in here.
I still have problems logging into it, but Discord is where it's at, right? You get so much information going there. I know the Scammers Club coin, they have a Discord. So many Discords. It's a really important website.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, I'm taking a while. I feel bad that you have to edit for all this stuff. Okay, can you see this is a new transaction?
Yes, I see.
Okay.
It says powered by Tal at the bottom.
Yeah, so Tal is they run what's on chain. They prove this is where everyone does all like this the internet sleuthing of people's wallets and also how they keep track of those miners and the empty blocks that's going on. What's on chain is a good place to go. There's another browser or what do you call it? I think it's called like a blockchain. It's some kind of search thing, but there's a blockchair.com. So
right.
this is
Blockchair.
Yeah. So this transaction this is called a certificate. It has 3 outputs.
Or 3 inputs.
Yeah, 3 inputs and 3 inputs, and then 5 outputs. These. Let's see if one of these have the same address to. Yeah. So here's the wallet to create a new Molly. And so we're gonna follow this address right here. So the previous link that you looked at, that's like a Molly that was bred. Like say you're on our website and you have a cat and you want to pay someone like, hey, I like your cat has pink eyes. I want to try to breed my cat with yours because you also have the pink eye trait, so I can get a kitten with pink eyes, and you have a higher chance of getting that kitten with pink eyes.
But it's not guaranteed.
Not guaranteed because it's still based on like genetics.
Right. How do you program genetics?
I have a picture I can show you in a second. So this transaction is the new Molly. I believe this here will show that it's a new kitten, so that it's related to. You see how here it says matching transaction. So that address is it's the transaction ID to the previous Molly that it's related to, and we're gonna have a better like a chart to kind of explain what all this is, because right now it's just like you're kind of staring at a bunch of like code because all that's JSON code. But
right there in the op return is JSON code.
Yes, so all the JSON codes in the very first thing, op return, and that's where you'll see the code. And if you look at Gopniks, I believe they had some JSON in there too, in the same place. But here's some of the DNA stuff. You can see the alleles and the phenotype, and how it's chosen. And we're gonna have it look like prettier, so you don't have to go to what's on chain to figure that out. It's gonna show on the actual cat, or the cat's page. But if you wanted to track that transaction, it exists. It's there, right? On here. Like if you look at, I believe RelayX's NFTs, you can't find them very easily. You have to use that other, I forget the name of that browser that Josh Hensley, or the site that he uses to show the NFTs through the Teak wallet and stuff. But they do it differently. I don't know how, but all of our stuff's purely on chain. It's not hidden. That's what I wanted. So that people can track their cats.
Right. And tracking the creation of their cats as well. So you can see, well, hey, I purchased this cat with the pink eye trait, and then the kitten that spawned had blue eyes.
Yeah, and I will show you a graphic that we made that's a little bit easier to kind of understand how the wallet works. Let me see where I saved it.
Right, but I am sensing there could be lots of other applications to this kind of genetic code.
I'm super excited to see what people make, when we release this.
And as a creator, what do you do about IP? I mean, what if someone sees this and then they make it? What do you think of that?
We're gonna release the open source. I think the only thing that's not open is really just like stuff that is like vulnerable, like our access to our wallets, for the money. But yeah, we want people to use it and make their own thing. So here is kind of how the wallet works and the transactions. So this here, it says Molly Match Fun. That's just a wallet. It's supposed to be called Molly Match Fun Bucket.
Okay.
We gave it a funny name. And you can see like the triangle means the wallet. Yeah. So then the transaction is this part. That's the birth certificate.
Right.
Birth certificate has an op return attached to it. That's the JSON code, which has all the data for the cats and how they're supposed to look. So let's say Monique owns a cat. So this is UTXO. It's going toward, for her. And then she's going to rehome it. She's going to sell it on Molly Match to some other person. And then now you have another op return attached to that. Then down here, I decide to, so she rehomes the Molly. I buy it. And then I decide, I like that Molly. I want to put it up as a stud for people to breed it. And then someone else, for example, we have like Sean here. He decides to also pay, and then they create a new cat, which is like down here, the birth certificate and opportunity. So it's like a big cycle how everything is attached. But we'll definitely have like a better explanation, like a chart that is easier to follow. Like we made this part just so that we can kind of wrap our minds around how to attach everything through for each wallet, because we were trying to decide, like, do we want to have our own wallets and hold the money, and be responsible for that, or do we want to try using somebody else, like Money Button? We ended up just making our own wallets, for them.
Is that with Money Button? Or
we're just running a we call it. It's a BitSV. Let me go to GitHub. And this is the thing I'll show you that no one has access to. It's like just because we're gonna release this when it's done, but it has too much. It has like private keys and stuff in there, so we can't share it.
Okay. Shall I block this out?
No, you're fine. It's just the code part.
Right.
So you don't need to block anything out. So we have.
Over it.
Yeah. Let me find what we were gonna do. I believe might be under the wiki. This is how we keep track of everything. Let me see if it's in here.
Oh, GitHub.
Yeah, so GitHub's a good place where you can, look up code and share your code with other people. These are the variations. These are the older ones, so it's different line art of the types of cats you can get. And we were deciding, how are we going to split apart each the program? How is it going to decide like what cat you're going to get? And it's half and half. We also have polydactyl cats with an extra toe.
What does that mean, polydactyl?
So it has one more toe. So you'll notice some of these cats will have I think I have a picture of it. Let's see, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So some cats will have like 5 toes, and you'll see it down on their feet.
For the rarity.
Yeah, for the rarity. And these are the type of tails you'll get, face shapes, and then the ears and all of that. And the eyebrows, the expressions. We redid the expressions a bit. The mouth and whiskers. But all this is so like we have eye color, and so we have like a chance of like 37.5 of yellow, green and blue, brown, gray, violet, red, and pink. I think it's gonna be, these are the more rare colors, so violet, red, and pink are gonna be harder to get for the cats.
So it's the percentage of the total population at any
Yes.
one time. So then it
Yeah.
would adjust as more cats are bred.
Yeah, because some people can, say they get like a common collar and everyone decides to not breed those cats with the brown eyes. Now that cat becomes rare, or they could go the other way where they do get a rare cat of with like pink eyes, and they can put that up for a higher price on the market, to have like a pink-eyed cat. And they can, it's kind of crazy because they can, or in fun too, because they can control the style of cats that they want. We are using, I think we created our own wallet. We're not using like Money Button or hand cash. People will be using hand cash though to buy, but the cats themselves, we're using our own wallet. We were going to use Money Button, but we just didn't want to make it complicated, where you had to like choose between all the different wallets. So we're just doing that hand cash.
Hand cash is easy to enter as a user. I find that.
We use something called BitSV. It's a library that someone wrote. We actually had to make a fork of it to write something that has multiple addresses. The BitSV library can only do one, which we needed to update. And let me see if I can find that, because it has more information about what it does.
Neato. So this is really your notes spot on GitHub.
Yeah. So it's Exit, my partner, and I. We put everything on GitHub so we can keep track of all the notes that we have for Molly Match. Just because it's such a huge project with all the code. Trying to remember where I have to go to get to the fork that we made. I think it's over here.
And can you explain that? You made a fork of what exactly?
So here we made a fork of a library. Right here it is, called BitSV. Someone else wrote this. This person, Econ. And on their so on their website though, they wrote on there that they no longer maintain it. So they made this really cool library, but they're like, I'm done working on this. If anyone else wants to update it, they can, which is awesome. So we made a fork of it. So we have a copy of their code, and then just added some stuff to it. And I think it might show.
It on, really. Like when you say fork, you think of a split, but really you use fork in the sense of you preserved and carried on.
Yeah, so this library allows us to create transactions using what's on chain, their API, and it allowed, and at this time for their code, it only allowed I believe one private, so like one transaction at a time, and we needed to do more, so that's what we changed on it. And then it's released, so other people can use that fork if they wanted to. But that's what really helped us out.
Good. And then why would you need to use more than one transaction at a time?
So I'm trying to think what we did. We're running, it's whenever you breed two cats. So you need to have two transactions. For that. You need a transaction to document the new birth certificate, which will show you where the cats go. Like, this is a parent, and then it will show like where the siblings are, and then you got to do that at the same time. And I wish I had like another graph of that too, but I don't have it. I don't know where it's at, and I don't want to like spend a lot of time like on it for you to
Yeah, no
for
worries.
that.
I'm
But
thinking we can I'll split this into 2 podcasts. We'll
okay,
have,
yeah.
first edition and second edition. Or we'll have the intermission and then the encore. Because this is super cool for people to see. Anyone that is a builder out there, developer, you're guiding them through a lot of great resources. And then for those of us that love what developers do, it's great for us to get insight like this, get this experience of this is where it comes from. And that can always help us to be better educated. Because it takes all types, all hands on deck to make it great. Also, Rae, I remember we had BAMs, or not BAMs, Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic. He does the BAM, so right?
Yeah.
Like the
he was the guest on Women of VSV live stream back a long time ago now.
Yeah.
And he's the one that got me into NFTs because he said it's just for fun. It's what you like. You can collect them. And I thought, okay, cool. I'm going to get involved and buy some. But he and I think others have stressed about rarity. And even Twetch, they have the rare hat. And there's a lot of these inside jokes about rare and, very cool stuff, all the cool kids. But can you explain to everybody everywhere, why does it need to be rare? What's the big deal with NFTs having this diversity and of rarity?
I think for it's just the excitement of having something that no one else has.
Like a
for the rarity, to collect.
Okay.
With Molly Match, people kind of are in charge of making their own rarity because they can decide like, oh, I want these type of special features, and then look around on the market to see what kind of other cats that are out there to create a new rarity if they wanted. Because everything has a different percentage to it, and it follows genetics. So so my daughter we printed out character sheets as like for a night with some of my friends to come up with different ideas, because eventually this is going to be a game that's kind of like Risk or Civilization, where you're trying to take over the world. The thing about Molly Match, there's no limit. You can make as many cats as you want. I'm hoping like you get to see a ton of like transactions on the blockchain of and you're like, oh, it's another cat. But it should be funny. But we want to have it where you can like you're on a world map, or maybe just the United States, and you got to take over a state, and you have to have a certain type of cat in there. So you got to breed as many cats as you can with the same type of traits that you need or that you're required to do, and then kind of defend your area, and then everyone else is trying to do the same thing. We want to add also some funny stuff with other traits. One we let my kid do this. So the other one's called Sticky Rainbow, where the cat shoots a rainbow and then the cat can't move. So we're gonna have some funny different types of like things that the cats can do to remove another cat out of a boundary.
Even like checkers, taking the away, right?
And I got really lucky where we have the one artist that I don't think she was interviewed on Women at BSV.
She was the unknown artist.
Yeah, she's. I don't want to say her name by accident, so let's just say unknown artist.
Call her Prince.
But so we're just so lucky to have like somebody like that already has that experience, instead of us trying to, make something really like very amateurish.
Right. I mean, start with Pong or go to Sid, right? Yeah.
Right. So the thing is like we're big video game players, and so there's so many options on which way to go. But I think like a a like, some kind of Command and Conquer risk stylish game where, because you're making so many cats, like it would be fun to try to fight over each, boundary that you're trying to, or, state that you're trying to go after.
Oh, definitely. I think photo ops are fun. So cats are very territorial, and I'm actually taking care of some cats today. My favorite cat, Johnny Cat, she is very smart and adorable. And recently she discovered the dog door, and she became an outdoor cat. But it wasn't until 2 cats moved in the house upstairs, and then a kitten was adopted. So because there were more cats in the house, I suspect this is what called her to become an outdoor cat, because she needed to expand her territory. She's a very smart, healthy cat. So this is my first time to pet sit, where she's now an outdoor cat. But I think, cats, they are territorial. If a new cat comes into their territory, then they will have a problem until somehow they get used to each other, or they learn to live together. Maybe if it's a kitten, they feel protective and want to take care of the kitten. But also photo ops, I keep repeating because it is such fun. So maybe the cat, like you said, in the plant, remember Exit was talking about using a potted plant, and the cat is in the potted plant. Having these different photo ops where, yes, you win the battle, or you win this little play station that you're at on the landscape, but then you also can pose, and it's a cute cat shot, is another part of the addiction, is because you say, oh, how cute, cat pictures, and oh, my cat, and it's something relatable to people.
Yeah.
So on Duro Dogs, I often will take their picture, but sometimes the picture doesn't come out because it'll just show the dog without a hat on, and I just put the hat on the dog. And then I take a picture, and then it's just, a dog sleeping without a hat on.
Right. You're like, isn't this fun? Yeah, we do have there's a game called Neko Itsumi. It's really cute. Like, you have a little room and you decorate it with cats, and you try to like lure in more cats by having special items and feeding them. We're gonna have something like that where your cats that you own as your NFTs, they're gonna be animated in a room that you log in at the beginning. We have a funny thing. So like, they're not really quite cats. They're kind of dimensional and mythological, because the mythological part is they're going to have like just some ridiculous items with them that they can use that's like from different mythologies, and which will be fun.
Yes, great. Like Hello Kitty. They're some of Hello Kitty's friends that are mishmashes of animals.
Yeah. So we're excited about it. We just, we had that break, and then now we're slowly starting back up. The first focus is getting the server, very solid and ready. And then after that, I think we're gonna start launching purchasing the cats on Molly Match, and we it's been a while since I've been on here, but when they, right here's where you're gonna buy the cat. It's gonna pop up and show a cute little animation of like what are you gonna get, what kind of, and then eventually it will display your cat. You will have a section, sorry, my earbud came out, where you can share your cat publicly, and it will show the image of it like on Twitter or wherever place you want to put it at. But we hope everyone likes it, and see what else we want to from people's feedback to add on to the game.
Definitely, right, because the more we use it, then the better. Just grow. Yes. Well, hats off to you, Rae. I'm excited for Molly Match. I'll be ready to buy a cat, and then I'll play and see how it goes. That's the other thing, is that everybody plays differently.
Mhm.
So some people do this, others do that, and it'll be fun to see how people interact in your world that you're creating.
Yeah, I play Duro Dogs. I don't play it that often. Like the same with, there's some like bugs. Um, and also like there's just I re-signed up for too many things.
Right, and it
Keep
is
my attention.
expensive too.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
I got back into it recently, and yeah, I think I'll keep getting it all dressed up, on the marketplace. And yeah, we learn as we go. So it's really good if people can join the Discord or leave a note for the developing teams of different experiences that they have. I think I try to share some insight through podcasts, but I'm not sure if anybody at Duro Dogs would see them. But if there were some kind of a note spot where people could go and say, oh, this is my experience, like a little open blog where people can give user feedback, that might be handy, as long as there weren't too many trolls just
Right.
saying random things there,
Yeah, their Discord's pretty big. They have a lot of people on there.
Oh, right, Discord.
Yeah, it's for Duro Dogs.
Mm-hmm. Great. Well, Rae, thank you so much. I know we did 2 podcasts all at once today. So I
know, thank you.
Yes, and then I can't wait to see you again soon, and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you too.
Thank you. So, and you'll be there for the Women of BSV live stream?
Yeah, I'll be there for a little bit. I don't know. I'll be at the beginning, I think at 1 p.m.
Okay, super. Well, I'll be at work that day, so I'll watch you on the replay, and I can't wait to see your costumes.
Yeah, I bought a witch's hat to wear. Ooh. And then, so it'll be fun to like wear something.
I know. I got it.
Like a wig.
I think I sat on my wig while we were talking, so it kind of went down a little bit, but yeah, try a wig and a hat. It's fun. All right. Well, sending you lots of love to your daughter and your partner and the whole Molly Match team, Rae.
Thank you.
And I'll follow up with Adam Page. I would love to have him give us a tour of Castleborn soon. So thanks for that lead.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All righty. Well, if you enjoyed this podcast, welcome to subscribe and like. Rory Zimmerman, be in the moment. Thank you. Goodbye.